Hi everyone, Cornelia from Piping Petals. Welcome to my online tutorial for piping a buttercream Scabiosa. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate the technique and discuss the equipment you'll need to pipe an American buttercream Scabiosa on a cupcake. If you would like to know how to prepare the colors used or how to fill your piping bags with multicolored effects, please refer to my Working with Colors online tutorial. Let's get started. I'm going to show you how to make a Scabiosa. Big word for a very informal, happy little flower. I like to describe this as quite a freestyle flower. The petals are definitely not uniform. All the petals have got different lengths to it. It's slightly frilly, but not too much. And you've got like a ball-shaped, fluffy center for your flower with some stamen coming out of that as well. So as I've said before, actually quite useful to just have a look at the actual flower in nature before you pipe something, because you know what you're trying to mimic. So for this flower, the Scabiosa, we're going to use 3 different nozzles. I'm using the Ateco 124K, which is a petal-shaped nozzle with a wide end and a narrow end. And you can see it's just slightly curved towards one end instead of in a straight line. If it's curved like that, it's giving your petals a slight frill at the end as well, which is why we're using this, because that is what the Scabiosa looks like. Then we're going to use the Wilton 3, which is just a normal round tip for the center, and a Wilton 2, which is just slightly smaller for the stamen. So let's get started. So wrap your bag around your finger. Pull tight, hold with your thumb. That's my most easiest way to pipe. And we're going to start wide end of your nozzle against your cupcake, narrow end facing outwards. Sort of roughly the width of your nozzle from the end of your cupcake. We're going to start, go out, do a little wiggle and come back. Now for the outer petals, I am going to do them all one length. Purely because we want to cover our cupcake case so you don't see it, and you want to cover your cake surface so it doesn't dry out. And then from the layers of petals going inwards, we will start to vary the length of the petal, which is quite a unique look of the Scabiosa. So you'll see I'm just wiggling my hand ever so tiny bit to get that little frill. And because that curved end of your tip, you get a tiny frill in the end tips of your petals in any case. So it's not a type of petal that lay flat. It's standing up almost by itself because of the shape of your nozzle. Okay, so we've created our first layer of petals. Now from here, it is really freestyle. So I'm going to make some longish petals that's almost just slightly short of the first layer. And I'm going to leave gaps. And then in the gaps, we're going to make some shorter petals. So tighten your bag. I'm going to start in the middle of a previous petal. So always try and overlap 2 previous petals because it creates a fuller look for your flower. So I'm going to leave a gap and do another one there, another one there. Okay, so I've created some long petals. I'm now going to do some shorter ones in the gaps. You can lift the end of your nozzle just a little bit in the air now as well to start creating some height and some extra texture. Okay, and now you just sort of have a look at your flower and add where you think it doesn't look too full yet. Just tighten your bag. So I'm going to do sort of one more layer of longish and shortish petals, creating a bit of height by just tilting my nozzle a little bit upwards. Just sort of go in the gaps squeeze your nozzle in behind the previous petal. So I'm creating some more lengthy ones. There we go. I'm just going to create a few more shorter ones. One more there. You can sort of see if you just look at your flower, there's a little gap over there. So you can see as you look at the flower what I mean. It's quite an informal style. If you look from the side, some are inward, some are out. They're not all uniform. And that is typically what the Scabiosa look like. Okay, so we're moving on to our Wilton 3. So the Scabiosa have got quite a big sort of ball shape fluffy center. So I'm just going to create a bit of a ball shape first, just a blob. And then we're going to add texture to that. So just... Okay, so just create a bit of a ball shape. Just build up a bit of height. Okay, and now I'm going to cover that ball shape with just dots of green to create your center effect. So literally just go blob, blob. So there's a lot of detail to this little flower, but as I say, you can actually get away with a lot because it is such an informal style. Just go right down to the base of your center against your petals and just get your green blobs right in there. If you go onto your petals, because remember your petals have got quite a bit of texture to it and some of it's standing up. So if you want to go on top of a petal to create your center, that's fine. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. So there you've got your sort of ball-shaped center. And we're now going to add some stamen to get that fluffy look. And then your Scabiosa is done. So we're moving on to a Wilton 2. You can theoretically still use a 3 as well if you want. I just find with the stamen, if you've got a slightly smaller, thinner stamen, it just looks better. So we're going to start at the base on the side of your center and just squeeze and pull. Now some of the stamen are quite long with the Scabiosa, so they don't all have to be the same length. And you can sort of make them lay on the petals as well. Now I'm going to go just inside, underneath that layer, sort of on your petals. Just create a few longish ones laying on your petals. It just creates that extra bit of texture for this flower. There we go. And now just a few more on top of your green. Don't cover your green completely because you still want to see that effect. Just a few really short ones at the top. There we go. That is your Scabiosa. With sort of very fluffy, informal petals and a ball-shaped, fluffy center. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. You can also subscribe to my Blooming Bakes YouTube channel for complimentary videos on how to make the best American buttercream for piping flowers, as well as cupcake recipes and lots more. See you soon.